last week one of the subscribers asked me to talk about how I decide which load I'm gonna take, and how do I piece it together in order to make money, right? So I think for me personally, and everybody gonna have a different way they do stuff, the first thing I look at when I'm at the house, this is from the house when I first wake up, I get up regardless of whether I'm finna do a load or not. I just got my alarm clock set for 5:20. If I don't get a load, I know I go downstairs, drink my coffee, and I chill, but I still stay at the house, right? I stay in a pretty decent area to where I don't really have to go too far in order to take my first load, but I will, just depending on how much it is. Let me see what this one is. Freight, Orlando. So I would say the first thing is to make sure you're paying attention to your apps. Make sure dispatch will automatically log you off if you haven't responded in a few hours or whatnot. So always double check, make sure that your apps on. For me, my Roadie app logs me out for whatever reason. Every day I have to log back in. So make sure all your apps are on and you're paying attention to your notifications. Now the first thing I'm looking for is something that's paying over $40 for my first load to get me going. I won't leave the house in my Sprinter van for a $20, $26, nothing like that, because of the fact that depending on where it's picking up at, you could potentially go to somewhere like say a One Rail or something like that. Man, if One Rail has something for $20 or Home Depot, you gotta wait in the line first of all when you get there, and then you gotta wait for them to go get it. So something that should take you something that's gonna pay you $20 or something like that may end up taking you like an hour and a half to get done with that. So that's not what we're looking for. So first thing we're looking for is something that's paying pretty good, $40 or above. Sweet spot for me, I like to try to get one of those Sherwin Williams pickups or One Rail for like the $60 to $80 range right in the morning. So if I can get one of those, that's fine. Otherwise I probably won't leave the house. I haven't had a day yet where I did not get at least something paying at least $40. So that's how I start. Now once I start, I just make sure I know I'm picking up somewhere close because of where I live at, right? So I'm picking up somewhere close and I look to where it's going. So a lot of the routes will take you to different parts of the city, and you got to make sure that that part of the city is somewhere that's a hot spot also, where the apps are pretty active. I take them pretty much, I live in an area that's 45 minutes from Tampa, and I'm like 25 minutes from Orlando. So I'm in a good area to whereas I try not to go north. North is toward Ocala. Ocala is, you get a few loads going up there that's paying pretty good, but once you get to Ocala, it's not enough volume up there, and not all the apps are really active up in the Ocala area. So I kind of stay away from going north unless it's later in the afternoon. But for to start off, I make sure that I'm only going places that's in between Orlando, Tampa. I even go to Daytona. Daytona, that whole coastline over there is pretty active as far as all the apps. You get something on Dispatch, GoShare, Freight, Syntec, all that stuff works over on that Orlando, east of Orlando area, in that Daytona area. So I will go there. I just won't go north. So anything in the morning time that's paying me over $40 going south, east, or west, I'll take it. Nothing going north. Orlando 73. Then my next one, I'll sit in the area. So whenever I drop that off, I make sure I don't go far. I just stay kind of in the area, because you're dropping off at these paint stores and in other areas where the apps work at. So I try not to go nowhere. I try to sit still, don't burn no gas, just go post up somewhere that has pretty good cell phone service. First thing I look for is, hey, does the cell phone have good service where I'm posted up at? Because if not, then you might as well move. So I just dropped off here south of where I was, so I'm gonna sit here for, until I get the next load. Could be 10 minutes. I had two that was on freight that I didn't match with sitting here, but just wait until you get the right load. It may take you an hour, 10 minutes to an hour, but normally when you get them, it'd be worth it. And so like my goal every day is try to get to at least 300, so I'm just piecing it together. So right now we got our first one out the way, and we made $85 off of that first one. So now we getting the day started, and so we just piecing it together. So I'll take stuff especially in this area. So now that we out the house, right? So if something dropped around the corner or at this paint store right here, and it was like $20 and it was going back to Orlando or something like that, I would take that $20 load because I'm already out, and I would get back to an even better area using that $20. I'm just not gonna drive up there on my own, right? So so I would take that, and you just piece it together like that. You know, you're just making sure that the method meets the man. Like it has to be a reason why you're moving, right, in the Sprinter van. So looking at how you get out the door, your first one gonna set the tone for the day. Try your best to get out early, get the best load, the most high paying loads, most times be in the morning time. So just make sure that you're in a nice place. If you don't live in an area where you get a lot of loads from the house, you're gonna have to get up early. You gotta drive to the area. I know somebody that lives in Ocala, ironically, and he would drive every morning over to where Sunrun is located, and that's where he starts his day from. He may not get a Sunrun order, but it's a lot of stuff, a lot of warehouses. Simpex has a warehouse over there. It's a lot of different things that go off in that area. So that's what he does. That's how he does it. But for me, I don't leave the house in the morning time unless it's $40 or above and it's not going north. I'm not starting my day going north, because if I go up there, it's an hour and a half back depending on traffic, and now I got half my day wasted, and I only made like $40 for something that's going up to the Ocala area. So it's not worth it to me to go up there. I tried it 2 or 3 times, and every time I went up there, I ended up getting two loads max in like a 6 hour period, making like $120, $115, something in that range, you know. So it just wasn't worth it to me, and I had to drive all the way back. So the day was done. So that's how I piece it together, you know. And at the end of the day now, if I'm at like 200, somewhere in that range, whatnot, now then all bets are off, right? If I'm really trying to meet my goal, if I have an order that's taking me to Ocala or any other area that's you know, kind of far load in an area that I wouldn't typically go to, then I'll probably go ahead and take it. Especially you'll start seeing like these orders will be dropping. Well, in my area in particular, like we have stuff going off in like Melbourne Beach or Lakeland, all these areas that's around the Central Florida area where it's not a lot of drivers at doing that particular day, and so they may be paying higher because of the fact that they add bonuses on it. People been declining the load. I know over here Brooksville is an area where like I always see it turn into like a start off in a truck and they go to a cargo van, and then at the end of the day they offering like box truck money to go pick up something in Brooksville. Brooksville is in the middle of nowhere, right? It's like north of Tampa. It's just a little rural area, but they have stuff that needs to be delivered in that area too, and so they'll pay a little bit more, but you can't take those loads, right? You gotta wait for them to start throwing more money out there for those kind of loads. But I will take those at the end of the day, go out there and get that 115, because at the end of the day it may take me what, $15-20 in gas to drive out there, drive back, you know. So I may burn up, you know, a quarter tank of gas going out there coming back, but at the end of the day, you know, if I gonna make another 160 at the end of the day, you know, it may take me 3 hours to do it, but hey, I'm down for it. It's the end of the day. I got nothing else to do. I'll just go out there, pick it up, and not wait for traffic to die down, and I'll come back a little later. But that's how you salvage your day. So you got to piece it together on these apps, man. You got to be paying attention to them. So that's how I piece my day together. It's not always me getting to the $300 mark. Some days I might only get 1 or 2, bust over 100, but got other ways to make money when you live out here in Central Florida. So and y'all know I do real estate and stuff. So if I'm not doing this, I'm probably gonna be home on my computer. I'm doing some kind of marketing, responding to emails, trying to get some accomplished with that. And so that's how my day goes, you know. So I piece it together, I make it work for me. This industry is definitely it's tough, because you got to always be on your P's and Q's, you know, paying attention to what's going on, and you'll start noticing that you know, it's getting a little harder to get loads and depend on certain apps to really be the one to go to app, whatnot. So you got to get all the apps. You got to make sure that you got all your notifications on, and kind of make your day work for you, right? So it's all gonna be how you start, right? If you start good, then you probably gonna end up meeting your quota for that day. If you get off to a bad start, if you don't get out the house before, you know, you don't get out the house before 10 o'clock, I mean, you probably gonna have a bad day that day. I ain't gonna lie. Like the apps, all of them really start slowing down 2-3 o'clock. You stop seeing as much volume. But that's why I get up early. You know, I start seeing stuff coming up. If it makes sense, I'll move. If not, I'm gonna sit still. I'm gonna do some stuff around the house until I get something reasonable to leave. You know, a lot of people don't have that luxury to, you know, to just sit back and wait on the loads. I know some people don't live in the area where they can depend on getting something from the house. So, you know, that works for me, right? So for anybody who needed that, man, I hope you got what you needed out of this video. We're back to the hustle, man. We had a good retreat. I enjoyed the little break from driving. You know, we did a lot of stuff from my other business and real estate and stuff. Got a nice little weekend away from driving. But back to the grind, man. You know, it's Monday. We back at it, and gonna sit here, post up for another little 20-30 minutes and see if we get something from this location, and we're gonna try to plug our day away. right, we just picked up from Sherwin Williams, order number 3 and 4. I was at the crib for like an hour and a half, and then that last order from Sherwin Williams dropped off right by my crib, so I went to the house, ate something, stayed home for like an hour and a half before this one dropped. Now we in Lakeland, which is like 35 minutes from my crib, between Tampa and where I live at. And so as I was en route to pick up the first order, which was like $44 for the first one, driving, what we got, 3.1 mile. So it's not gonna take too long. Gotta drop that one off. But as I was en route, they dropped the second order from the same location, going to the same location. So this one was those 2 big skids you see back there. That's that order, and so that one's paying $88. So it turned out to be a good order. Even if it was just the first one, like I said, a 30-minute drive for $44 would have still been worth it. And I'm in an area where it's a lot of stuff coming in and out, and so I'm not really concerned about getting one more before I head in. So right now we're probably gonna be at 265 after I complete these 2 orders, and then so we just need one more medium-sized order in order to get our $300 limit minimum for the day. And so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try not to go west from here. I'm gonna drop this off and then stay in the same area because I want to go back towards my house. I don't want to go towards Tampa at this time of day. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna arrive on the location. It's a 6-minute drive. We're gonna unload this stuff. Now this is not a store-to-store transfer, so I'm hoping whoever's there got a forklift. This might be like a hotel or some kind of commercial building or something we going to. So we're gonna see when we get there what it looks like. But at worst case scenario, you gotta unload that stuff. They're not that heavy as far as individual things. If you gotta depalletize and then take them off one by one, the money that they paying you for it is still gonna be worth it. I'm not sure as far as the time though. I know when you at location picking up, they pay you for your wait time. I have to see as far as like adjustments that can be made if I have to unload it myself. But you're looking at about maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to unload that. So normally they give you like 15 minute whatever. So I probably wouldn't gotta pay it anyway. So it's all good. We're gonna get this bread today. We're gonna get a little workout, it seems like, because I don't know what I'm getting into when I pull up to this location. They may not have a forklift there, but we're 2.3 miles away from the dropout, so we're gonna see. All right, so just popped out of the leasing office, and there's a container over here. They want to unload the paint off at the container. So all right, we gotta call this guy named Jesus. He's supposed to meet us over here. The container look like it's unlocked though. Hey Jesus, this is Desmond. I'm delivering some paint for you. I just left the office and they told me to come over here by this container.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna call right now the painters. Can I help you there?
Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, I see what's going on. Help didn't come, man. I got to go. Whew. Yeah. Yeah, old Jesus lied, man. He said the painters was on the way to come help. Shit, I ain't seen nobody. I done unloaded the 2 pallets already. And half the loose stuff. I still got a few left to go, but I'm gonna get it a little closer for that. For that wood in, okay. For the side of that wood. See what's going on. Oh, mulberry floor, they better do it. Comment down below. Let me know if you can adjust for the time it took you to unload. I ain't had to do it yet. So, Jesus said he was gonna meet me over there. The painters was on the way. I ain't seen Jesus or the painter. I done seen 3 people pass me on the golf cart, look like maintenance men. None of them stopped off a hand, so I put their stuff outside that storage container. I wasn't even gonna waste my time even opening it, acting like I can open it. It was unlocked though, but I'm gonna do only what's required. I ain't going above and beyond. They could have came out and helped you, boy. But yeah, that's it for that load. That was 2 loads in one. Total of 124, 40, 44, and like 88, whatever it is, 130. So we had like 265 for the day, which is good for us. 340. So we gonna head only back toward the house with this next one, but we not gonna go nowhere yet. We're in a pretty decent area as far as traffic is concerned. We can take back roads back to the house actually if I needed to. So we're gonna sit around the corner. We're gonna wait and see if something else drop in this area. Try to make at least another $20, $30 before I get up out of here. So I'll check back with y'all a little later.